Hello and welcome to this episode of the English Idioms series. Today we're looking at the idiom to eat like a horse. So as always, we'll look at the meaning, we'll focus on some interesting pronunciation features, and then we'll finish with a couple of example sentences. So thinking about the meaning then, taken from the Cambridge Online Dictionary, we have to always eat a lot of food. So if I say that you eat like a horse, it means you eat a lot. You're always eating. I guess we think about horses as being hungry animals. That's probably a way to remember it. So thinking about pronunciation then, we've got a number of features that are definitely worth thinking about. So you've got a possible weak form of to, which is t. So you could say to eat, or you could say to eat. Now, to be honest, for me personally, I think I lean away from the weak form of to in this particular idiom, and I'm going to blame it on a connected speech feature. So as you see in bullet point 2, we've got, because of the vowels, so we've got to, which ends in that oo, and then we've got eat, that begins with that e. So what happens often when we've got this flow from an oo to an e is, because of the mouth shape that we're making, we get this little intrusive W sound, or a linking W, which makes the flow sound more like this: to eat, to eat, to eat. So this little w pops in. And as a consequence, actually, for me personally, it's harder to say the weak form of to, which is t. So to eat just feels a little bit odd to me personally, but I think it's going to come down to individual accents. Personally, to eat feels better for me, so it's not as weak as it would be with some of the other idioms I've covered in this series. So we've got another element of connected speech, because like ends in that k, and we've got a vowel after it, like. So it could be like a or like a, depending on whether you're going to go weak. Now, because horse begins with a consonant sound, h, we can go weak if we want to. So a horse, a horse. We'd only really go strong here, a, if we were emphasizing, which we're probably not doing if we're using this idiomatic phrase. So to eat like a horse. So we've got that to eat. I haven't gone weak on my to eat like a horse. To eat like a horse. So repeat after me, nice and loud. To eat like a horse. Lovely. So let's put this idiom into some sentences so that you can get a feeling for its meaning. He eats like a horse. His food bill must be huge. So what you can see here is we've lost our infinitive. There's no to. He does this thing. Somebody eats like a horse. And then number 2, I can tell she's feeling better. She has eaten like a horse since she got home. So it's really important to think about how we can make sentences with idioms, what we need to do to change the idiom to make it fit the grammar of example sentences. So what we see here is we've got the verb changing. He eats, I eat, you eat, he, she eats, they eat. And then in example 2, she has eaten. So we've changed the tense. She has eaten like a horse since she got home. So we've got a present perfect construction. So basically, if you want to use this idiom and you want to put it in a place in time, change the verb eat. So keep your like a horse, don't change that, change your verb. That's how you make yourself an example sentence with this idiom. So over to you then, have a go. Think about an example sentence you could make. It could be real, it could just be a fictional context. It's entirely up to you. Be creative, have a go. If you leave me a comment below with your example, I'll give you some feedback as to whether or not your context and your grammar are being understood clearly. Feedback's really important. So if you found that useful, go ahead and hit like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to stay up to date. And if you want to work with more idioms, go ahead and check out the playlist. You'll find plenty there. And if you want more pronunciation materials generally, then you can check out the homepage. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely day.